Ano ba yung resolution? A resolution is a statement in writing stating the nature of the case as disclosed in the evidence presented by the complainant, the complainant's version of the incident. Why is it that the prosecutor knows the complainant's version of the incident? Kasi yung complainant magsasubmit ng complaint affidavit niya. And aside from his complaint affidavit, he will also submit the affidavits of his witnesses and any other supporting evidence that will prove his case. Also, the resolution will state the respondent's version of the incident. Ganon din po, no? Yung respondent will be given the opportunity as part of due process to submit his own evidence, his counter affidavit, the affidavits of his witnesses, or any other supporting evidence that will contradict the evidence submitted by the complainant. And then the resolution will contain the discussion, analysis, and evaluation by the prosecutor of the evidence presented by the complainant and the respondent. And after making such discussion, analysis, and evaluation, the prosecutor will make his conclusion. Ano ba yung standard of evidence na gagamitin niya in his resolution? Ang standard of evidence na gagamitin niya in his resolution is to determine whether or not there is probable cause for the filing of a criminal case, ang tawag doon information, against the respondent. Now, what does it mean when there is probable cause for the filing of a criminal case or information? Probable cause for purposes of filing a criminal information is based on such facts, or is defined as such facts as are sufficient to engender a well-founded belief that a crime has been committed and that the respondent is probably guilty thereof. A finding of probable cause needs only to rest on evidence showing that more likely than not, a crime has been committed and that it was committed by the respondent. So, take note po, no, the keyword here, which is probability, no, probable cause. Ito po yung standard of evidence na gagamitin ng isang prosecutor to determine kung dapat bang filean ng kaso ang isang respondent. Dapat bang humarap ang respondent sa korte, no, to face the criminal charges. Now, how does a prosecutor arrive at such probability? The prosecutor arrives at such probability by determining which of those facts as presented to him by the complainant and the respondent is more believable. Ano ba ang mas kapanipaniwala? Yung ebidensya ng complainant o yung ebidensya ng respondent? Now, after determining kung ano yung mas kapanipaniwala, the next step is to determine if such facts will be sufficient enough to engender a reasonable belief, first, kung meron bang krimen, and second, kung yung respondent, siya ba ang gumawa ng krimen na yon. Yan lang po ang standard of evidence na gagamitin ng isang fiskal kasi in a preliminary investigation before a prosecutor, hindi pa ho ito trial. Wala pa ho itong testimonya na babasehan ng fiskal. Hindi pa ho sasalang sa witness stand ang mga witnesses dito. Magbe-base lang yung fiskal sa mga documents na isinabmit ng complainant at saka nung respondent, no? Purely documentary evidence lang po ang gagamitin ng fiscal to arrive at probable cause. Who determines probable cause? Of course, ang fiscal, no? A public prosecutor determines the sufficiency of the evidence that establishes probable cause, justifying the filing of a criminal information against the respondent because the determination of existence of a probable cause is the sole function of a public prosecutor. So, fiscal lang po ang mag-determine kung merong probable cause or wala. Hindi yung complainant, hindi yung respondent, hindi yung police, hindi rin yung mga abogado ng complainant at respondent. What happens next after the investigating prosecutor finds probable cause? The investigating prosecutor will then prepare the resolution, as I explained earlier, and the corresponding information. Ito yung document charging the accused with a specific crime. The investigating prosecutor will sign the resolution together with the information and have them reviewed by a reviewing prosecutor. Sa setup po kasi ng DOJ, hindi lang yung investigating prosecutor ang mag-sign sa resolution, ipapa-review niya pa yun dun sa reviewing prosecutor. Now, if the reviewing prosecutor agrees with the findings of the investigating prosecutor, it will be forwarded, meaning yung resolution at saka yung information will be forwarded to the chief prosecutor, meaning the city or provincial prosecutor, for his or her approval. Kasi po, again, sa setup ng DOJ, for example, in a particular city, like Makati City or in Manila, no, meron dong isang chief, no, yung pinakataas sa prosecutor's office, and then the rest are his assistants. Merong deputy prosecutor, usually siya yung reviewing prosecutor, and then the rest are the so-called assistant prosecutors. If approved by the chief prosecutor, the documents will be sent back to the investigating prosecutor for filing in court. So, pag bumalik na yon or ibinalik na yon sa investigating prosecutor, pwede na itong i-file sa korte. By the way, how long does it take before a resolution comes out or is issued? An investigating prosecutor is usually given 2 months from the time a criminal complaint is filed within which to resolve the complaint. Such complaint consists of the affidavits of the complainant, like what I explained earlier, and his or her witnesses together with other supporting evidence, if any. Now, the respondent will also be given the opportunity to submit his evidence to refute the allegations of the complainant. This is for the purpose of complying with the due process clause in our Constitution. What is the remedy if the complainant or respondent does not agree with the resolution of the prosecutor? The aggrieved party may file a motion for reconsideration within 15 days from receipt of the resolution. So ito na po yung mga remedies na available, no? Motion for reconsideration, ifa-file ng aggrieved party sa loob ng 15 days. Meaning to say, bibigyan siya ng 15 days from receipt of the resolution para makapag-file ng MR. And the MR shall be resolved within 30 days from its receipt by the prosecutor who issued the resolution. So, once na-receive na ng fiscal yung MR mo, the prosecutor or fiscal will be given 30 days to resolve the motion for reconsideration. Ano ba yung essence ng isang motion for reconsideration? Its essence is to give the prosecutor a chance to correct himself for possible errors he may have made in his interpretation of the law or application of the law or appreciation of the evidence. Does the availment of these remedies prevent the prosecution office from filing the information in court? Let us recall the remedies we have so far discussed. From the prosecutor who issued the resolution, kung hindi sang-ayon yung complainant or respondent, pwede siyang mag-file ng MR or motion for reconsideration. Pag hindi pa rin siya sang-ayon sa resolution on the MR, pwedeng mag-file yung aggrieved party ng petition for review either with the regional prosecutor or with the Secretary of Justice. Pag hindi pa rin siya sang-ayon sa resolution ng regional prosecutor or ng SOJ, pwede siya mag-file ng MR. Doon mismo sa regional prosecutor or sa SOJ as the case may be. Pag hindi pa rin siya sang-ayon sa resolution on the MR, this time pwede siyang mag-file ng petition for certiorari under Rule 65 with the Court of Appeals. Now, what if hindi pa rin siya sang-ayon sa resolution ng Court of Appeals? Pwede siyang mag-MR. Now, pag hindi pa rin siya sang-ayon sa resolution dun sa MR, The aggrieved party, as a last resort, may file a petition for review on certiorari under Rule 45, this time with the Supreme Court. Yun yung last resort niya. Now, going back to the question, does the availment of those remedies prevent the prosecution office, yung prosecution office na dun galing mismo yung resolution, from filing the information in court? The answer is no. The prosecutor or the prosecution office can file the information in court despite the pendency of a motion for reconsideration or petition for review. What is the reason? The reason is preliminary investigation is deemed full and complete immediately after the opportunity to hear the parties and the finding of probable cause. For as long as the respondent is given the opportunity to be heard during the preliminary investigation process dun sa prosecution level mismo, binigyan na siya ng opportunity to submit his evidence, tapos meron ng finding of probable cause, pwede nang i-file ng prosecutor yung information niya. Despite, as I said, despite the pendency of a motion for reconsideration or any other remedy available to the aggrieved party. What is the other reason? The other reason is that to await the ruling on the MR or petition for review or petition for certiorari, as the case may be, na ang purpose lang naman is to determine whether probable cause exists or not, will only cause further delay in the resolution of the case. Kasi simpleng issue lang naman yung subject ng review eh. Probable cause lang. So tama lang na bigyan ng discretion yung fiscal to file the information in court even with the pendency of a motion for reconsideration or a petition for review. Suppose the prosecution grants the motion for reconsideration. What will happen to the criminal case that has been filed in court? For example, X files a complaint for homicide in the prosecutor's office against Y. Okay? The prosecutor found probable cause against Y for homicide. So si Y, hindi siya sang-ayon sa resolution ng fiscal na finding probable cause against him for homicide. He filed a motion for reconsideration. Question: can the prosecutor opt to file the information despite the pendency of the motion for reconsideration? The answer is yes. Now, what if later on the prosecutor reverses himself and grants the motion for reconsideration filed by Y? What happens now to the homicide case that has been filed in court? The case will not be automatically dismissed by the court. The prosecutor will have to file a motion to withdraw the information. Question: is the court duty-bound to dismiss the case, meaning grant the withdrawal of the information because the prosecutor reversed himself and found no probable cause to charge Y for homicide? The answer is no. In the landmark case of Crespo versus Mugol, an en banc decision, this is the answer of the Supreme Court. Once the information is filed in court, any disposition of the case rests in the sound discretion of the court. Although the fiscal retains the direction and control of the prosecution of criminal cases, even while the case is already in court, the fiscal cannot impose his opinion on the trial court. The court is the best and sole judge on what to do with the case before it. The determination of the case is within the court's exclusive jurisdiction and competence. So, kahit na gusto ng fiscal na i-withdraw yung information, but since yung information nasa korte na, ang korte lang ang pwedeng makapagsabi kung dapat bang ipagpatuloy ang kaso o hindi. Kasi yung korte, meron siyang sariling determination kung may basihan ba na ipagpatuloy yung kaso. Walang magagawa ang fiscal dun. Obligado ang fiscal to continue with the criminal case even if the investigating prosecutor reversed himself and granted the motion for reconsideration filed by Y in my example.